We're back at Casino Guitars. My first time. I'm not back. I'm here. I'm Sean, and this is Jonathan.
Yes.
You all might know Jonathan. He's been in a few videos, you know.
You got weird hair, though, just like the other guy who normally sits there.
I know, it's nice.
So it's very familiar.
Yeah, I like to pretend that he's my dad sometimes. It's really good. I don't know if the rest of the world thinks that's okay.
It's weird. It's weird. It's starting out weird, but that's okay.
It's a good weird start.
So what are we talking about today?
So I guess the main question right now is Fender's new pedal line, and especially, do they have what it takes to come against a titan like Strymon?
It's a good question.
It is a good
and a good reason Sean is here. Sean is one of our pedal guys. Baxter, not so much a pedal guy. So, you know, similar hair, very different tonal tastes. But, yeah, so let's talk. So tell me, you use both these pedals, right?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about them a little bit.
Okay, so...
What do they do? Everybody's familiar with this one.
Exactly. Everybody knows the Big Sky. The Big Sky has been used everywhere from... You know, your church gigs.
Church guys love it.
Yes,
yep.
Late night bar gigs or whatever you're doing, they love it.
Your ambient shoegazy folks.
Exactly. It
making noises
deep in the reverb world. You know, especially that shimmer effect. Everybody seems to love that, and the cloud effect because it is so ambient.
It's cool.
It's it's just a really really good reverb pedal that does almost everything in the reverb universe.
Right.
You know, and then over here is kind of the new kid on the block with it all, the Volante. I have been using this on my board now for probably 3 months, and I just, like, every time I use it, I'm blown away over and over and over again. Like,
killer tape sound, right?
Yes.
Pretty darn realistic, I have to say.
Absolutely.
What are these confuse me. I never understand what that does.
Yeah. So,
and I haven't spent a lot of time with it, admittedly so. So tell me really quick, like, how does that work?
Yeah, this top row right here, these are like your playback heads. So basically, let's say we've got our tape deck right here. And the tape's going round and round. Well, you've got a playhead, 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 playhead. You know, that's basically how this works. And you get to cut them on, but then also you can hold down these things. And from what my knowledge is bringing back to me right now is that it kind of gives the tape head like this rustic kind of sound to it, like it's kind of like going out. You know, so it's like a deteriorated.
It's like the age.
Yes.
Now that brings us to our divide in the road.
Yes.
That maybe, as good as they sound, is a little more tweaking than I, who am ancient in guitar years compared to Sean. I maybe just want to sit down with something and turn like 2 knobs and turn it on and have a good sound, right? So as amazing as those sound, when I have them or use them or buy them, I always feel like I'm not quite using them to their full potential.
Yeah.
Which is where maybe something like this comes in.
Yes.
Now, this is one of the newer pedals from Fender, their new line. I think we can all agree that in the past, Fender has not really been like a beacon of shining like effects pedal love.
Where guitars and amps reign, Fender does not reign in the pedal universe now.
No. But they you know, a couple years ago they started coming out with these new boxes that look really nice, the kind of brushed aluminum look, and they all have the cool. This one doesn't because it won't run on batteries, but most of them have the cool little magnetic battery compartment. They've gotten a lot better.
Yes.
In fact, I've talked about putting together just a Fender board just for the shop that we could all kind of like use because it's cool. They're pretty affordable. But so this thing, I mean, I know it won't do all the things that those do, but it's got reverb.
It does.
It's got hall. It's got room and a special thing that's kind of ambient.
Yeah.
So it's like an ambient kind of thing, and they all have variations. So that's quite a few, you know, options there. It's got the decay. You know, I mean, that's a fairly full featured reverb.
It is.
By my specs. But it's also easy. Like I could, you know, like me, I could look at this and say, okay, well, there's where all the little knobs are. And then I could tweak them at a gig in a venue in like 20 seconds or less. And I'm playing. I'm done. And then pretty much everything I need in a delay. It's got tap tempo, which is cool. It's got all the subdivisions. It's got digital, analog, or tape sounds. Tape sounds are pretty darn good on this. And it's got the little quality thing for like how old you want your tape to sound. Yeah. Which is pretty sweet. So, you know, I mean, I think on this one, right, you can mix in like a quarter with the different subdivisions. Is that right? Is that true? Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I might rather just have some cash left, put it towards my next ridiculous guitar purchase.
I mean, for the minimalist, I guess, you know, for me, these things are like, these pedals are just insane because they've got MIDI in and out, and I like to use synthesizers because, you know, I think guitars are definitely awesome, but
Synthesizers.
you know, you get a good synth and you're having fun. You have a good time, you know.
You're young, you
People
got weird
dig it.
hair, you don't know what you're doing. You're not that good, so you just like sounds. I'm just kidding. just messing with you. But yeah,
Yeah.
both good.
Yeah, I will definitely give you that. That, you know, that pedal, the price of these two pedals is about as much as a guitar and maybe even a small, decent amp and
Right.
that pedal.
And the pedal.
Yes. But yeah, so I guess it's very much so a taste thing at the end of the day, you know.
So I don't think Fender is like dethroning Strymon anytime soon, but they're making great things.
Yes.
And if you're just a plug and play person, but you want some cool options and you don't want to have to go into menus or use MIDI or, you know,
Be crazy
get a
and young.
PhD and, you know.
Being young is a bad thing.
It can be. I mean, we've all been there. I like to think I'm reasonably young. But anyways, yeah, Fender makes cool thing. The reflecting pool.
Absolutely. I feel like the whole Fender line right now has actually been pretty intense. You know, it's been pretty good. I have not played one that I was just like, oh, I wouldn't own this. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Cool fuzzes, cool overdrives.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you next time. Stay tuned. We might do some sound clips of all of these coming up soon in a video. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for way more pedal content, way more pedal demos. Click like and subscribe, and maybe even be on the lookout for a parallel channel pretty soon. That maybe will be me and this knucklehead over here doing some pedal talks and amp talks and some sounds and demos and jams. So anyways, like and subscribe. Click the bell. We'll see you guys at NAMM. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.